Do you want aim like this?
Give me those back.
Nice.
One enemy remaining.
Give me those back. Night night. Who?
Reloading. There's two.
Duck. Enemy.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
Then you've come to the right place. My name is JK, and I'm going to show you guys the one that I did to get myself into Immortal. Obviously, there's so many other variables that you guys should take into account, as well as like game sense, mental, and communication. Even with all those things, if you haven't warmed up correctly and you're still whiffing your shots, you're still going to be hard stuck. So today, I'm going to help you tap some heads, so let's get into it. Get your hand warmed up and spend a few minutes just tapping the bots left to right. The aim here is... the aim here, do you get it? Because this is an aim video and... okay. The aim here is to be precise and to try and not miss. Go slow at first and then speed up. But if you keep whiffing, then slow it down again and make sure you're still hitting the target. I usually spend anywhere between 3 to 5 minutes doing this. If you have music on in the background, even better. Just start this off at the beginning of a song, and when it ends, move on to the next one. Same thing as the regular practice bots, except this time we're now elevated up onto the bench. And the reason for that is because Valorant has a lot of areas in the map where your crosshair will have to change depending on where you are stood. For example, B-main on Fracture is one where you're at a higher elevation than your opponents. So while we're warming up, we're just going to practice that. I've been doing this warm-up or technique since I started playing the game around 3 years ago. It's probably something I'll always do to warm up. I go through every pistol and the phantom, and all I'm doing is I'm focusing on micro shots here. We're close up to the bots, so it's easier to go fast, and yeah, we're trying to focus on speed and warm up our hand while micro flicking. Do this for a few minutes and then move on. Now, as this is a warm-up and not a training drill, we don't want to go too crazy, but at the same time, I don't like going into ranked, especially if I'm still not feeling it. So this exercise is something that I don't try stress myself on too much. I try and have fun with it. I start eliminating 100 bots with the Vandal and do it once more with the Phantom. We go inside the arena, take it slow, focus on things like our fast flicks and our tracking, as well as just strafing around the arena so we get used to our ADS keys. The next drill is pretty self-explanatory. We do easy bots with the Sheriff, and all we're trying to focus on here is hitting the target with our first shot. Be as precise as possible. Don't start shooting 4 bullets at one bot and just whiffing. Try to be precise and slow it down. Same thing again, but this time you're elevated up onto the bench. The next thing I do is I walk all the way back and use the Guardian, staying on easy bots to begin with, and again all we're focusing on is precision and getting used to our sense. The main reason I do this and I focus on precision exercises so much is because of mouse control. Mouse control is one of the most important things when it comes to Valorant. Because I play on a high sense as well, I want to make sure that I'm not over flicking or under flicking when I go into ranked games. The aim is to practice being precise, and over time we speed things up little by little. So this is where we start trying to speed things up now. We've been practicing being precise, and now we're trying to add speed to our aim. Again, focus on trying to be precise over speed, but try and hit as many of these as possible. Now we move on to hard bots. Again, the aim here is just to try and hit as many as possible. Speed things up, and with enough practice, you can get very good at this. It's important to focus on precision early on in your warm-up though, and get to a point where you feel comfortable going for faster flicks. You can do this exercise 1 to 3 times if you like. It's up to you. The next 2 are optional. You don't have to do these if you want to just jump into rank and play, but if you really want to improve, I do highly recommend doing these next 2. I watched a video from Ethos a couple of years back explaining why and how you should spray in Valorant. I'm not going to go into great detail about it because he explains it all so well in his video, so you should check it out anyways, but I do somewhat agree. Obviously, spray patterns in Valorant are RNG and you shouldn't rely on them. However, there definitely is a technique to it that a lot of people sort of misunderstand. Instead of practicing shift spraying, the goal goal here is to stand up and watch where your traces go onto the dartboard. You can change the distance too, so once you get really good at it, you can try and hit the bullseye at 50 meters if you want. That would be pretty interesting if anyone could do that. Anyway, I remember practicing this exercise for a few months, and it did make a huge difference to my spray at the time. For some reason, I stopped practicing it, and I noticed I whiffed a lot more bullets when I do spray now. Obviously, spraying is very situational, and you should be very wary when you do use it. However, it can come in clutch if you do master this technique. I think there's a lot of players out there who don't know what this mode is or know about it but never use it. I know Valorant is very limited when it comes to warming up and practicing, but this mode is seriously goated. I put it straight on hard and I just focus on my discipline when it comes to peeking corners. If you've not tried it already or don't implement it into your warm-up currently, I definitely recommend trying it out and seeing how it helps you. Now, before I go into ranked, I do play a few DMs, even though I hate Valorant DMs, man. They're just... This is pretty simple. I just play 3 games usually. Starting off with the Sheriff, then the Vandal, and then the Phantom. With the Sheriff, I'm solely focusing on trying to kill the enemy with my first bullet. Hold angles if you want to, just don't camp. It's lame, it won't help you improve. What you're trying to achieve in these DMs is to apply everything that I've given you in the warm-up. So that's your precision, speed, and looking at your traces instead of your crosshair if you do decide to spray. Again, this warm-up isn't going to help you improve overnight. Some people might see improvements straight away. Others, it could take them a month. At the end of the day, it's like anything else. If you want to improve and get better, you have to find the right way to practice and then do the practice. So now I've given you the tools, you have to go and put the hard work in. Hopefully this helps you, and if it does, let me know down in the comments below. If you found this video useful, then please hit the like button as well. And don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one.